There's a new rule taking effect on August 17th, 2024 that's going to require all buyers to be signing an exclusive buyer-broker agreement with their realtor. What do these changes mean for you, and could it actually mean that things are smoother and more personalized than they were before? Stay tuned to find out. Hi, Kathy Palmer, a local real estate agent in the Sarasota-Manatee area, and today we're going to talk about the new rule changes that are going into effect on August 17th. So I'm sure a lot of you have been watching the national news and they're painting all kinds of different pictures about that. But they don't exactly live in this real estate bubble that I do. So I'm going to tell you what we're finding out and how we're going to be implementing these new rules. First, let's start with what the rules actually are. So the number one rule that's coming out across from, all nationwide is going to be that compensation is no longer put as a field in the MLS service. So we no longer see how much compensation, if any, is being paid by the seller. The second change is that all buyers are going to have to sign an exclusive buyer-broker agreement before they can tour or preview any homes with a realtor. Let's stop right there for a second, because I think here in Florida, we don't typically use the buyer-broker agreement. We certainly can, but it's something that I think, at least in the discussions that I've had with other realtors in the area, it's not widely used. But you know where it is widely used? In the over 30% of the states in the United States that already require this. So this is nothing new for those states. The additional MLS rules are new, but there are 18 states that already use exclusive buyer-broker agreements. So what is a buyer-broker agreement? If you've ever sold a home, you probably signed an exclusive right of sale agreement with your listing agent, and it basically entailed all the things that the agent was going to do, all of the things that you are responsible for doing, and if everything came into a successful sale, you would be paying the agent a commission. This is a very similar style document in the buyer-broker agreement. So in the buyer-broker, it has a term as well. You can also do specific property areas or specific properties, and it outlines what the obligations are of the agent, also of the buyer, and then it discusses compensation. Will sellers still be offering compensation for a buyer's broker? Well, that's a good question. Most of us think that if they don't, that they are going to be at a disadvantage. The demand will probably go down for that property. The price could possibly go down for that property, as well as the interest, because most buyers are going to be looking for the seller to be able to come up with this commission to pay for their buyer broker. I certainly think that some people will be considering trying to do this on their own, or perhaps they'll be an unrepresented buyer, and I really hope that they think about that. I know money's tight, but don't let it tempt you. I don't want you to look like an Australian break dancer out there when everybody around you is a professional and you don't live in this world. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to actually get a house to closing. So it is important to find a professional agent and align yourselves with them. Also, agents should be stepping up their game a little bit. Instead of just taking a phone call from a listing, yeah, sure, I'll meet you there, and you get there, you barely remember the people's names. Those days are gone. You're going to be really having committed relationships with your customers now, and that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Find an agent that you like, align yourselves with them, because nobody's going to be more committed to you than you are to them. As real estate agents, we are masters of uncertainty. Every deal is a little bit different. Every deal has its challenges, and we're used to always having to keep up with new trends. So this is just something else that we'll be learning, and I do expect some changes as we move through this. We're just getting ready for everything to be implemented here very soon. So again, I think that there will be some changes, but overall, I think it will be for the good of the consumer and the good of the agents also. More transparency is what they're looking for. Just remember, they already do this in 18 states, and that's about a third of the country. And I don't hear any horror stories from people in North Carolina or Virginia or Arkansas that can't afford to buy houses anymore because they have to pay their agent. That's just their way of doing normal business. So we'll all get used to this. Everything changes a little bit, and we'll be abreast of all of the new rule changes and the new documents that are going to go with them. If you've got any questions about this, please feel free to contact me, and thanks for watching.